Like, you need multiple skills there to be enough bigger. Those last few fights were not very close. The big problem is we were missing upgrades still, but that's gonna happen when your comp needs 2 items at Diamond. Great core. 10% HP before it's shielded. Yeah. That was the first one that was close. But even that, I don't think a firepower is doing enough. It wasn't really 10%, was it? Still like 900 HP from like 4.2k base. Oh yeah, it's obvious. Take 30% combat CD, 10% perma item sell. If you remove the combat item, it's 10% CDR. You don't get. It's 30, 100 minus 30 times 10, 7% CDR. 10% perma item sell. If you remove the combat item, it's 10%. Yeah, so that would matter for the second use, but it matters for the first use too. Like, they should just all multiply together, but they don't just all multiply together. And I don't know why. Like, if you're worried about multiple feathers or multiple wings, then it makes sense why you would want to remove Silencer. I think. Single use is the same. No, for single use, it's not the same. Even for the first use, you get more value by cutting Silencer. At least that's how it's been explained to me. In CDR, combat is the same as a single use, but you suffer badly for second use. Yeah, that's not my understanding of how it works. I could be mistaken. I haven't verified it myself, but from what I've been told, it matters even for the first one. The snapshot's a flat second reduction. It doesn't have a compounding percent buildup. Sure. Would that matter for the first one, though? That's why it matters for everyone after the first one.
You've just taken the first step toward good taste. Buyer's remorse never. Be remorseless. Remember, diamonds come in small boxes.
I'm not trying to play Railgun.
Whoever said money can't buy class had neither. You want to buy that? I mean, excellent choice.
Yeah, like, I understand what that math is. My understanding is that math is not how it plays out in reality.
I may not be the most masterful trainer, but I must... You picked that up quickly. Maybe I'm getting better at this.
Math matches what you were saying, though. If you remove the item, if you don't, it's the same, but the permanent reduction is less. Yeah, but I'm saying it's not the same. Your item will have less cooldown immediately on your first feather use. when you cut the silencer than if you were to use the feather with the silencer in play. Like, it's not the same. It's not just about permanent reduction. It could be a rounding thing, and that's why. But I don't know why... No, I don't know why rounding would matter. Like, it tracks it. Well, I guess you can't see here. Floating point math is not associative. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. 146 matters. It works because the game tracks item CD and its onboard CD separately. There's a conclusion from the Reddit post. Yeah, so it's just that it's on separate layers, and the reason why that matters is anyone's guess. That's a good enough explanation for me. It's not a very satisfying explanation to give as a streamer, but all I need to know is that it works. Worked with math before, and now as a developer, and I don't see how that makes sense. In the end, all that really matters is the conclusions. Math is only as useful when your parameters are properly described. If the math does not map onto reality, you're using the wrong math. Of 10% is more than 10% of 9. Yes, which is also true for the other multiplier. Like, the order that you do it in shouldn't matter. Thank you for duct taping there. A tiny difference either way. Well, no, the point is there is no difference. Like, it's the same result. Yeah, but the point is it's not the same result in-game. Or at least it's not the same result when we're doing, like, silencer feather stuff. And as a streamer, it would be nice to have a satisfying explanation to give why that's the case, but as a player, I honestly don't really care. Just as long as I know that you're supposed to do it one way or the other. Probably upgrading this.
My life for the Storm Queens. my punishment.
With benefit of yeah, sure. Bonus fight. Especially when you've got super syrup. Even if we lose this, at least we're cashing out a bunch of crit. Imagine beating Ganjo Textiles ever. Close. Still worth.
Experience is treasure.
Okay, I'm looking for damage here.
My skills are not weapons. A blade can prune a guard.
Core. Probably. Ah! What the fuck? That's a Dale 3 railgun. What's up with that? And they crit? Cringe. This fights jump up and down in difficulty pretty regularly, yeah. Just be that guy, yeah. Or at least silver item shop. I mean, you can also just get it from one of the shops that has large items. Either way, it's a high roll.
How do you hugelings use these things?
This is trash. Could play a Girnola.
Buy from Barcoon instead. He actually cares about this.
Poison Caltrops. I don't even know if Caltrop is all that well positioned right now.
You don't have time not to buy this.
It's better than the tech. East Core also does speed up the Arc Blaster. Let's keep this around. East Core is 10 damage per trigger, more than Golden Ray before. Yeah, but you have to grief your board in order to get the damage out of it. You can't just throw every item to the left of the core.
The Bazaar is an overripe fruit.
Nice core and the core any good? They're fine. Core except companion is good with the railgun. Yeah, they've all kind of got the same mid-game pivots.
I teach, you learn. We're a good team.
%% crit on everything.
Thanks for trusting me. I hope we can do this again.
3 days. You can use Uzi only left. All other items on right. Yeah, just part of what made Alpha Ray so good was that you could just still play for max core speed. Like, you're probably getting more stats out of the Alpha Ray with max core than you do with weaponized core with just an Uzi speeding it up. Especially since the Uzi isn't getting buffed. That tends to be one of your faster items. Or, like, the core doesn't buff itself.
Size dilutes the brain. Mind is highly concentrated. Tell everyone you got it here.
Oh, congrats. Okay, That's not cool. That's not cool at all. The CDR using big numbers makes it clearer. If you have a 10-second cooldown, and you use a 50 CDR feather, it would be minus 5 seconds. You also have a phonograph. It is now 2.5 second cooldown. If you have the phono on it though, you have a minus 2.5 second feather. And now you're 7.5 to 3.75. Hold up. Wait, what? Hey, Johnny Rand. Thanks for the prime. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 7.5 after removing the phono. With CDR, using big numbers makes it clear. We have a 10-second cooldown. Use a 50% CDR feather. Okay, you take out 50% CDR feather, it would be minus 5 seconds. If you have a phono, it is now 2.5 seconds. Yes. If you have the phono on it, though, and you have a minus... No, the feather would look at the 5 seconds. Is the same. That's the reason why knee brace worked. Your 50% feather would still be dropping it to 2.5. Yes, it would only drop at 2.5. But the same reason that phono drops at 2.5. Like, it's the same. You end up with the same number either way. It's just the amount that the feather is reducing is less. Yeah, yeah. But the base doesn't matter here. Which applies with 4 multipliers. Is that how it works? I guess that would make sense. So the amount that gets taken off is based on the current value. But then you recalculate the other based on what the current value should be. I think that checks out. I like that explanation. Oh, I get Galadriel. Can go... I do need to, like, find an actual board. Oh my god, the spice. The spice! The spice, the spice. Why am I playing this? Let's play the bulb. When it reduces dependent on base, feather reduces dependent on current. Yes. Railgun on next page. We're not playing railguns tonight. We're trying other stuff. Some spaghetti with when things apply in general. You have lethargy. Your CD can never go under 1.3. Really? That's weird. Because doesn't bonk not work that way? I guess because it's a multiplier. It's handled differently.
Few warriors live to retire. Buy my weapons,
Oh.
and you might.
Yeah, I mean, so obviously you're supposed to just railgun here, but let's not do that.
You'll be back with bruises.
Feels pretty fast. Lethargy plus Bigalotl 1.3. Bonk plus Bigalotl is 1.1. Is it? I thought you still could get one through a bonk. But it has been a while. It is 1.1 if you're bonked. Huh. That's weird. Wait, that's really weird. Why would it be 1.1? I guess that's also... What? You would think it would either be 1 second or 2 seconds. Is it Lotl CDR internally capped at 90%? No, there's no way. That would be even weirder. Does this thing gain extra crit? I could just look it up, but 5% extra crit? That probably wasn't worth it. I should have just taken a skill.
I would never debase my wares by. Shall I gift wrap it for you?
Opponent has a chrono barrier. A big Lotl is still 1 second, but bonk works different. Oh, I'm probably thinking chrono barrier then. That's so weird. Why would they work differently?
I can make all your problems disappear. Temporarily.
Funniest outcome would be the 5-second item would have a minimum 1.2 when bonked. Oh, maybe. Is it Lotto's base 10 seconds? I guess that would explain it a little bit. And this gains haste. This and the weapon to the left gains 20 damage for the fight. Is Claw Arm better than Motherboard? Looks like it is.
Now this is health food. Literally.
This and the weapon to the left. Oh. That feels a little bad. Might still be better. Getting double the scaling value. Good buff Arc Blaster. The Arc Blaster is like half the speed of the Uzi. Instead of core. Well then what is core speed doing for me? I guess like this could be the board. Scuffed and worse spell. I don't know. I mean, this scales two things. I mean, not the worst.
Speed doesn't come from muscles. It comes from beyond the body.
First 5 times you use a tool. Dooley just shouldn't get these skills anymore. Does he even have any tools?
Can you feel it? How thin the barrier really is?
You have at least a grain.
Power drill is a tool, is it? Fair enough, I guess. Give it a patch. Next patch it'll be a tech item. Okay.
As long as you draw breath, your training is not complete.
CDR on it all.
I'm a people person, and sometimes I sell stuff. I get it. You're busy. Enjoy your purchase. Do you have to leave already?
Scaling skills would be nice. Haste skills would be nice. CDR was nice. Slow freeze would be good. Four wins in a chest. We're not even playing ranked tonight. I would not want to play dually in ranked right now if I wasn't just gonna force railgun. Put memory card in for the PvE fight. Yeah, maybe. Might have gotten a little extra value on it. Gonna get another feather. Cosmic Wind would also be insane. Wrong feather. You crit charge this 1 second. I'm kind of crud right now. It was not the most fun last night. Seems like everyone's caught on to the pig menace. Yeah, just like every early loss feels so bad, because that's one more pig that you have to fight in the late game.
If you have to ask the price, you can't afford it.
Fixers everywhere, even in normals.
Go see Curio.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Usually, unranked is significantly more free than ranked, but we'll see. Or at the very least, people playing the good builds in unranked aren't playing them very well. But maybe that just doesn't matter with Fixer. Maybe it'll just be hard enough to deal with a bunch of shield. Yeah, I think they fixed the crypto bug, but I haven't played a ton of dually this patch.
If I don't have what you need, I'll help you find who does.
When you gain burn. I don't know. I'd rather just try to claw arm.
Every item finds its buyer. It's a relationship, you know?
Come on, Cosmic Wind. Surely Ballista is better than the Claw. It is 1/4 the scaling. And not even necessarily faster. Like, you get charge out of Ballista, but this just has a 3.6 second cooldown. To avoid the forcible board. Is Ballista forcible? I don't think crit core Ballista is one of the things that I'm trying to avoid, but... Okay, how do my items enchant? Claw, Arm. It just has crit chance. Motherboard... gives your core crit chance. Oh, I was talking about Fixer. Sure, yeah. Deadly Metronome. Deadly Metronome would be better than Deadly Motherboard, yeah. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're going to do something to nerf the Fixer upper board. Not every change they make is successful. Like, reading the patch notes, you wouldn't expect Fixer Upper to be the big winner of the patch. Like, I can't really blame them for missing this one. I don't think this was on anybody's bingo card.
Come on in. Let's chat. So, how about this weather? We're
Curious to see how Mobo board can work. Yeah, I haven't played much Motherboard. I'm not sure that this is going to scale enough, but willing to try it. Yeah, like late patch ranked is always this way. This is why I stopped playing ranked after like a week into the patch. While everyone's still figuring out the game, you can experiment around and still do pretty well, but when the patch is more figured out, it does become play the good stuff or you're going to have a rough time. And this patch on Pig. You can play Crook to try to get out in like 10 to 12 games, or you can play Fixer Upper. There's a bunch of different ways to play the Fixer Upper comp, depending on what enchant you get. A lot of unexplored items right now. Yeah. The only problem that I have is when you need to compete with like a 2-second cooldown Fixer Upper, a lot of things are just... you can write them off immediately, because there's just no chance to build around things that are too slow. It was the same problem in the first patch of the game, where if you couldn't race a skyscraper, you weren't playable. So you could just immediately write off like 80% of the item pool. This patch kind of the same way. If you can't deal with a Fixer-Upper giving 2k shield in 2 seconds, your comp doesn't function. Held back by Spiky Shield being bad. Yeah, Spiky Shield being bad, and for the Spiky Shield version of it to work, you kind of had to hit the shielded enchant, which didn't happen very much. But now there's just so many other hits. And Pig's early game is better, which goes a long way as well.
Do you have any huge items?
Like, Textiles Ganjo carries until like day 5, day 6, just on its own.
That's fine, don't care.
It was fun learning about value items. Yeah, same. I did enjoy playing Pig for the first few days of the patch, figuring out how to make the value stuff work. But it does get pretty tedious after a while. I think the biggest change is still the mindset of ranked, where you'd want to win fast. The goal now is 10 wins as long as it takes. I don't know. I feel like that just matters for so few people in the player base, but I don't disagree. Like, I think Pig was one of the better characters last patch as well, but not in the context of gaining ranks, just if you cared about getting chests. Like, you'd practically never have perfect victories on Pig. But you were so much better late game than the other characters that it didn't really matter. As long as rank wasn't the thing you were trying to optimize for.
Every creature has a weak point. I see yours already.
It was also tougher last patch because you didn't have a vertical to force. You had to take all of the... Yeah.
Lifeless. Forgiveness in rivers. And now you know how to dam them.
Playing exclusively weapons Vanessa in ranked, trying to force rowboat anchor as much as possible. Ooh. Very fast boards and consistent runs that way. That's interesting. I haven't tried rowboat anchor.
everything you need. Just a matter of finding it. That's been sitting there 20 years, waiting for you. Warms my rusty circuits to see that find
I assume he just means exploit in the sense of the thing that the tryhards are jamming, not in the sense that they're exploiting the game.
Hooey! Now that's a bargain.
Wrong pivot option if you get bad enchants. Hardest part is finding anchor since it starts at gold. Interesting. Yeah, like I wouldn't say that's exploiting. That's just like playing the good stuff. That's what people are going to do in games like this. Come on. Like, if it wasn't Fixer Upper, there would be something else people were complaining about. You could maybe say that Fixer Upper is like the worst kind of oppressive comp, just because it's such a hard clock that's so fast, but... I would probably agree with that. Like, I'd rather have stuff like Monitor Lizard be the best comp, rather than the consensus best comp, I should say, than something that's, like, effectively killing you in 2 seconds. Yeah, Monitor wasn't even Dooley's best comp, but that's beside the point.
Reuse, recycle, relax. While you're doing your part to clean up the bazaar. Trash is tragedy. Reuse everything.
Beating fully online fixtures with an even more online gym with Caltrops. I think early freezes are the main way that you beat it.
That's been sitting there 20 years.
Like, the board doesn't have a whole lot of freeze targets. If you just have, like, a fast enough clock and some free skills, and your free skills activate early enough in the combat, you can beat it. I don't think that's true. Like, one-time freezes are really powerful. Like, one-time freeze plus a clock has historically been one of the strongest things to do in the game for pretty much the entire history of the game. They're just harder to get those comps now than it used to be, because you get so fewer skills. The free skills aren't available on bronze anymore. Like, it's rare that you have more than, like, 2 free skills, where it used to be commonplace to get, like, 4 or 5.
Any good fights lately?
Look for the claw arm here.
All my weapons have been tested in battle.
Have you?
Just a really strong fixer to a psycho into the void comp. I mean, a board like this could legitimately play into the void, and it's probably plus EV into the fixer boards. There's, like, no bad thing to hit with Into the Void on the fixer boards.
Stop
resisting.
But I feel like trading 3 and 4 is maybe not the best plan. This fight is so much harder than it used to be. I should have expected that. No, it's been in the game for a while. It hastes the core, and then whenever the core gains haste, it gains damage. Yeah, I've been pretty good about not taking it when I lose it. I just maybe had a little too much faith in the dually board. Immediately get to make up the XP lost anyway. Not the end of the world. Never punished? I mean, still punished. We don't get the level for the player fight now.
Hello, friend. Pleased to meet you.
Okay. Pretty good. Got some defenses now.
My people believe in peace. Boring!
Shiny marbles.
I believed in myself and I still lost.
Okay, so what does Claw Arm upgrade to? You're fucking kidding me. Okay, guys, don't look it up. What do you think the Claw Arm upgrade does, going from gold to diamond? No cheating. No cheating. Okay, you're all cheating. It's 5 damage scaling and no extra flat. It goes from 20 to 25. I thought I was getting a big upgrade here. I guess it's motherboard. Motherboard is plus 10. And it's buffing up the crit core that has shielded. Being better than Bell. To be fair, it would still be better than Bell, but that has more to do with Bell being shit than Claw Arm being good.
Send me your huge items. Price? Don't care.
Had a game with Flamethrower, Claw Arm, Metro Rifle, Aiden Core. Flamethrower Claw Arm does sound sick.
Try Barcoon. He needs to get his numbers up or something.
Small items, small people. I love them all.
I'll show you those stumps back home. I'm gonna be a business tree.
I looked at Lens. I don't think I have, actually. Lens. Cooldown 6 seconds. The core gains 5 damage for the fight. When this gains haste, charge it 1 second. It charges to 2 seconds on diamond still. That's a weird one. If it worked with Companion Core.
The dunes are waves on a sea of gold. The Bazaar is corrupt.
desert cleanse you.
Sells skill upgrades. Tiny Dancer upgrade would be cool. Quick Freeze is helpful. This goes to 5, right? So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4 plus 8. Can't get Crit Freeze on Dually.
I've been watching your progress. At last, here you are.
Magic Carpet Scaling. What does this thing do? When you crit, this gains 15 damage for the fight. I don't think this is worth playing. Like, Motherboard's just more haste, or more scaling. It is scaling for the shield item.
Olin was right. You are a quick study.
Fastest core I've had in a while. Yeah. Wait. What if their board just really sucks? I thought this was... They cooked. Just not successfully. Yeah, the multicast on Crane is cool, but if the thing's buffing the Crane are too slow, then the multicast on the Crane doesn't actually matter. Yeah, the skill to grief the cooldown on the keys griefs the cooldown on the fort.
Come with no weapons, leave with big bargains. I feel like that decision comes from a negative place.
Let's see, is Property Baron harder than our previous opponent's fight? No, about the same. About the same. Skills? I'll take it. Got bonus LEDs. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on with the shop odds. It's... I think that happens a lot now. I'm not sure if they upped silver odds in later days or what. Your pig can be dually boards with just a Caltrops? Yeah. That's what he did last match. Whoa! Monka plasma rifle. But it cannot beat the claw! The claw! That was a cool run. Big damage on the core. Wins. Gold victory. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break. Get back in like 2 minutes. When we get back, we will play some more. Hope you guys stick around.